You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, blow my mind. Boom, boom, blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, and nobody's ever been. Do I gotta chase you every summer? Can I have to replace you every summer? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now, I need you off the ground. I want not loud, I want you right now. I can't help it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. Do I gotta face you with another? I'll never replace you with another. You're the only man that's on my mind. You know that nobody right. Tick, 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 boom. This ain't a honeymoon. We all night instead. Sleep until noon. I still assume that you'll be in my... I want it here. Don't make me wait all year. Already facing my fears. Come closer to my ears. I gotta hear it more clear. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind.
That's all we've got for this week, guys. Thanks for watching.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
And I'm
really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Taking a look at the Celtics, we've heard from their players, coaches, front office. This team has high hopes entering the regular season. And I'll tell you, nothing would be more satisfying to them than to come out of this first game with a W. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny is saying,
am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
Said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie. I love
Oh,
you.
thanks, Shaq. Now let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
The home of the Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony, Chris Webber. Hall of Fame sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And we're happy to have with us one of the great two-way players in the history of the game, Kevin Garnett. KG, welcome.
Man, thank you.
How's that headset feel? Feel pretty good?
Man, this is I never knew, Kev. It's a great fit, bro.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it?
Is this mine?
Yeah, it's yours, and you look good in it.
Thank you, bro.
This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Brad Stevens is one of the youngest coaches in the league. At the same time, he's one of the longest tenured coaches in Celtics history. Kyrie Irving said he brings the ultimate unwavering confidence. Chill but assertive. He demands excellence out of you. You want to play for him. Kevin?
All right, David. Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Or you're going to dive on the floor. You're going to do the small things, you know, or you're going to double down, or you're going to be in the spot when you're supposed to be there. You know my bads. You know, all this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
That sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh, man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things. And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all in one and then go forward with the same velocity like you wanted to. It's frustrating.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Over on the wings, it's Hezonja with Hardaway. And it's Ntilikina in at point. There's a screen by Cantor. Shot off the pick, and he hits the jump shot.
He's a high IQ point guard with a truly unique skill set. Ntilikina great at making use of the screen.
Irving can't hit.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
And he makes that one. Ntilikina's got his second basket of the game.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Good.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Irving's shot is good.
You want to know what sets up Irving's drives? I mean, his ability to hit from distance, his handles, his game. He has it all.
Here's Ntilikina. There's a screen by Cantor. Down low. Ntilikina can't hit.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And Kevin, you think about all the individual accolades you won, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year award. Where does the title NBA champion rank on your personal list?
Being an NBA champion is everything. If I didn't win any of that individual stuff, I would be totally fine with just being the NBA champion.
Now Porzingis, after Tim Hardaway missed from long range. Down low and taken away by Brown. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, man. How about that vision from Horford? I mean, it's all about hitting the open man. High efficiency offense right there.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And Tatum over to help. And it's sent back by Horford. And he gets it back. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too. That sends Porzingis to the free throw line. That one on Horford. The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the evening. Boston trailing. Here's Irving. A beautiful reverse layup. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Love how strong Irving finishes. Awesome at fighting through the defense and sinking these shots.
Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. Irving with the steal. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Body and agility, rare considering Brown's size. That's why he's always been such an intriguing prospect.
Here's Ntilikina. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. That's his first personal foul. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. That'll get him a few big pats on the back.
And, Kevin, you think about the importance of veteran mentorship for young players looking back. Who provided that mentorship for you?
Sam Mitchell, Terry Porter, shout to Doug West, shout to J.R. Ryder, shout to Christian Layton. All these are my vets, both good and bad. I'm learning something from all these guys. Shout to Kevin McHale, shout to rest in peace to the great Flip Saunders. These are all my vets who helped me progress as a guy and as a player. More importantly, took me under their wing, taught me finances, taught me about life, taught me how to be a young man, taught me about being professional, learning this book of business when it came to basketball, because when it comes to lockouts and all that stuff, when you have to be able to talk and negotiate your own stuff, you got to know the rules and know what it is. A lot of people don't know that the league is 2/3 of council, and you got to stay above that and understand how this whole monster works. And then if you want to be an elite, you got to dedicate yourself in the gym. You got to dedicate yourself in the business. If you're trying to be a brand of something, you have to do all these things. When you look at Jordan, you look at Kobe, you look at these brands out here, these, LeBron has a brand, KD has a brand. You have to invest in yourself to be able to, grow this. This is the elite. I'm not talking about average. I'm not talking about good. I'm not talking about great. This is the elite. These are people that's going to be on and people that you're going to remember, for years to come.
Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot on the plate, though.
True legendary.
The first one falls. He's perfect from the line this time.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Here's Irving. That one doesn't drop. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Outside Hardaway.
And that's already his second foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
For New York, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Kevin, you talk about the makeup of a championship roster. Can you win it if you're not bound together, if you're not like a family?
I don't know. I only have one as a family.
Yeah.
And I just don't know him going forward and doing something together that it represents family. I think that if you're doing something alone, that says solo. If you're doing something as family, it makes it a lot more easy.
Well said.
And this is one of Hayward's strengths. I mean, keeping the medium-range shot alive.
Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
See the stat sheet here on Enes Kanter. Last season, he played outstanding. 5th in field goal percentage, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year.
Well, this is one of Irving's favorite shots. He's great at squaring himself up before firing.
Here's Ntilikina. Second shot opportunity, and Porzingis with the lay-in. Porzingis has got his 3rd bucket of the night. Celtics trail by 4. Irving attacking. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9. And Kevin, looking back at all the discussion and interviews over the years, you make a lot of analogies to food. Are you a foodie at heart?
Oh, my God. Kev, I am not a foodie.
Really?
Kev, I eat to live.
Well, you know about it.
You know, I eat to live, but I don't want to fool you. I eat to live. Listen, sometimes I forget to eat. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, as hard as you work, there's probably a lot on your mind. I can get that.
Listen, I like to... a big plate of food scares me, okay? And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to keep going on that analogy. You know, a bunch of food no, I don't want to keep going on that one. Just know that I'm not a foodie. But when I explain things, I like to articulate things where people can understand it, so I use food right away.
Good way to connect the dots.
A little bit.
Yeah,
you know, parallels in life and food are very similar, man.
Good. And the Knicks with possession here. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Knicks ball. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. 5th on the list, and it's Cantor.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
And so it's New York with it. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
Showing off that great vertical yet again. Ntilikina playing with power at the rim.
Irving. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Ntilikina kicks to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Boston making some changes. Morris is checked in for Tatum. Marcus Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Rozier in for Irving. And a new group in for the Knicks. Knox, he's checked in for Cantor. Lee comes in for Hardaway. Ron Baker, he's checked in for Mario Hezonja. And it's Moutier in for Ntilikina. He hits both from the stripe. Celtics trail by 4. Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relayer of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility, one of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And that's how you build confidence in your shot. Smart, able to set his feet off the catch and shoot.
Now here's Moutier. Pass to Porzingis. To the paint. Here's Baker. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Baker's got his first points in this one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And every season, I mean, Hayward plays with so much confidence these days.
First trip to the line for him here.
Gordon Hayward. He'll give the line shooting 2.
2 shots.
The free throw drops by Hayward. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Al Horford. Hayward hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Poked loose and stolen by Hayward. And Hayward at this stuff.
And right there, Hayward's in full attack mode, imposing his will on the game.
The Knicks leading by 3. Now, Moutier. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
And, Kevin, what's it feel like when you hear you're one of the most dominant players of this generation? In a generation of great players.
That's weird. That's weird to hear because, you don't do anything by yourself.
Think of the names. Think of the names.
You know what? When you talk about stats and you talk about, numbers, then you put them up against, previous and your peers, then yeah. But, you got to always give homage to coaching styles. You got to always give homage to organizations, other players. Players make this league. This is not something you do by yourself. You come in here, you put your work in, but the camaraderie and the energy that you're able to get, the friendships, the bonds you're able to get in this. Now you have to give that to your teammates and your brothers that have helped you on the way.
You've always deferred. You've always said, thank you, but listen, look at this guy.
It is.
Look at this coach.
It is, man. Seriously, man. I won MVP in 04, and it was more about the guys that I was playing with and our connection more than the award. I was the symbol and the example of that team put together, and I hope that I was able to always be, the example of. I hope that I was able to always, have those guys to be proud of, what we all accomplished that year. Because one person just don't come into that and do that. That's a team thing.
And he knocks down the first one.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with this fiery approach to the game.
And so, Smart nails both of them. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Here, matched up against Boston. It's how they'll tip off the new season. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for New York.
And they've really shied away from the mid-range. That's a new school style, and looking for shots beyond the arc and at the rim. Those tend to be far more efficient.
Now here's Moutier looking for his first basket still in this one. And Kevin, terrific footwork. So critical for an elite big man to be great. It's like you can't be that big and that good and not have good footwork, right?
You know what? Part of being that good is that you have, good footwork.
Yes.
A lot of the counters, a lot of the post work, you're opening up, you having to use the backboard. That's a certain way you got to open up to be able to get that shot off. If you're left-handed, you got to be able to do it both ways. It's very complex, but footwork is a big part of it. You have to have it. It's impeccable, and the ones that don't have it struggle.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Knicks trail by 7. Pass to Knox. Knocked away. To halt the run. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Lee. Last season's performance for him. Last season, put up about 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Celtics leading by 5. Baines inside, guarded by Porzingis, and it's Baines missing. Now the pass to Knox. Moutier kicks to Lee. There's the pick. Over in the corner, Porzingis. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Hayward goes in. The shot, no good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. To the middle. And Lee with the stuff.
That's the athleticism that Lee has. Quick off his feet for easy flushes.
Here's Hayward, and Hayward with the stuff.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Well, that's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
Here's Lee. Here's Porzingis. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Knicks trail by 5. To the inside, Lee. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 4 assists now tonight.
And when Lee has the ball there, it's over. He's going up for the throwdown every time.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Moutier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Courtney Lee is on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, the guys are finishing.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. Yep, that one goes in there. Smart. And now a 9-point Celtic lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Poke loose. Here's Rozier. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Rozier's got 8.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Well, that's put them up by double digits, trying to run away with this one wire to wire.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Boston Celtics. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke about his mindset.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability. So you try to stop the player in front of you and you try to deny him to score the basket. That's just the challenge, and that's what I love in this part of the game.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Always a good strategy. Get as many people involved as you can early on.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got. Burke is out there with Baker, and there's Porzingis. Then it's Lee, and it's Knox in at the 4. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Here's Lee. 6 points for him. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And it's Baines missing.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
And it's good for 2. Lee's got 8 points.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. To the paint. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Lee.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Morris, no good. The Knicks have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Pass to Knox. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points. They host the 76ers after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Morris, no good. Knicks trail by 7. Porzingis trying to get free. No good from Lee.
Oh, sloppy finish. D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
There's a screen. The putback. That shot misses. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Here's Morris. Good on the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 11 now for the Celtics.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And the talk in their huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
New group in for the Celtics. Al Horford's checked in for Aaron Baines. Jason Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Marcus Smart. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Rozier. And then for New York, Enes Kanter's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Lee. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Baker. And it's Brown missing.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Knox the pass to Ntilikina. New York moving the ball around. Cantor trying to free himself up. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Ntilikina. Here's Morris. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Passes it to Knox. Inside. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 6.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
And he gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 11.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Burke kicks to Hardaway. The three-pointer off the mark. The Celtics have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Frank and Ntilikina.
The Celtics shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Mario Hezonja's checked in for the Knicks.
Jaylen Brown. At the line with 1 shot.
One shot.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
Knicks trail by 14. Pass to Hezonja. Wide open. And the Knicks good for 2. Celtics shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Here's Irving. Rebounded by Hardaway. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. The pass to Ntilikina. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Tatum drives in. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Tatum's got the lead up to 14 now for Boston. The Knicks shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Hardaway passes to Knox. Great D that time from Tatum.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
It's Brown with the drive, and he gets it to go. Brown's got 9.
I tell you what, Brown is a powerful wing player. You'd like to get him the ball inside.
That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Irving.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. Check out some stats for Horford. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 13 points per, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
Here's Knox. He's got 6. Look at that jam.
Wow.
I mean, just beautiful.
Sick. And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision looking only for his own shot, but he's more about team.
Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. There's a screen by Cantor. Pass to Hardaway. To the inside. Ntilikina can't hit.
Well, his stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Tatum's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Tatum over to help. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
Passes it to Hardaway. Cantor with a screen on Morris. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in free throw percentage. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And again, you got to love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game. And now, here's Hezonja. He's got 10, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. They get a hand on it. Here's Ntilikina. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And the way Ntilikina runs the floor, determined to beat everyone to the basket.
Irving for three. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
To the middle. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Ntilikina.
Fleshing out his offensive game over time. Ntilikina wants to keep improving in the paint.
He feeds it to Cantor. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Oh, he gets in a good position in the post, and the entry feed is there for him.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
The Knicks making a switch here. Moutier's checked in. A free throw off from Cantor. Celtics leading by 8. Here's Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 19 points for Kyrie Irving.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Now here's Moutier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. There's a screen by Cantor. Pass to Hezonja. 3-pointer. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
A nice shot by Irving.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That will be foul number 5 on him. Now here's Moutier, who's covered by Irving, and Cantor throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
Here's Moutier, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And here's Cantor, down low. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut back down to 7 after the points coming from Moutier.
Oh, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
Irving from long range. Another miss by Irving.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And the Knicks hit again from deep. Boston leading by 4. They swipe it. Knox the pass to Moutier. Outside Hardaway. To the paint. And the basket by Knox. Knox has got 6 in the quarter.
He played a very solid first quarter, and now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Irving attacking, and it's good. 2 points. And the Celtics lead by 4.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
New York's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Moutier. That 3 off the mark. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Horford dishes to Irving. Corner shot. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Now it's a 6-point Boston lead. The Knicks shooting impressively throughout at 62%. And Brown over to help. Now here's Moutier. Defense right on him. And Azania gets it to go.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
Some changes here for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Morris. Smart comes in for Brown. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Zinkas, he's checked in for New York. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. KG, I want to give you a special thanks for joining us, helping us with the call tonight. You always have a seat at this table to broadcast any of our games.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me come through, man. It was an honor, man, seriously.
We'll do it again soon.
Let me know, man.
That's
Let me
KG.
know.
That's the great Kevin Garnett.
My dog.
And Chris, one of the things that's really cool, getting to watch KG develop as a player and now develop as an analyst.
Well, it's fun. Having gone through the position where KG is, I know that it's not as an easy transition as he's making it look, but he has knowledge of the game. He is definitely one of the best defenders of our era. He's a winner, and so it's great to hear his insight anytime you can.
Inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And with the Celtics movement on offense last year, Chris, it was a surprise that they finished in the bottom 10 in field goal shooting.
Well, they lost a couple premier shot makers along the way. And you know, there's movement with the purpose. Sometimes that's where the Celtics, they were lacking.
And that one misses.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
That one drops. He ties it up. Boston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And Smart the bucket on the assist by Horford. Horford's got his 7th assist in the game. New York's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. They double him with Horford. Cantor kicks to Hezonja. Over Hayward. Hezonja's shot is off.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
And he just lulls the defense to sleep at times with his handle before pulling up. You can't back off this guy. That's just inviting trouble.
But they'll get another chance. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Celtics out in front, leading by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 27 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, the difference in the first half, no one handled Kyrie. He beat you up the dribble, spotting up. He gets his shot in too many different ways. So you end up having to run an extra defender at him, and that's when he finds the open man.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
They were undisciplined, turning it over way too much. Poor ball handling, lazy passing. These guys will have to be counting their lucky stars that this game has not gotten away from them.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
Never a shortage of motion on Soldiers Field Road as we welcome you back to historic Boston. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Knicks trail by 5. Irving at point with Brown to his side. They're the backcourt. Tatum out there with Hayward. And it's Horford in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his last foul. He'll sit the rest of this one out. And the pass to Hezonja. Some nice passing by New York here. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And that one, good.
The tenacity Irving plays with is infectious. I mean, staying in attack mode, scoring in a variety of ways.
A quick shot there, and it's off target.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving.
That's his 7th personal foul.
Here's Ntilikina. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Ntilikina, and it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 4th assist in this one. And last season, LeBron said that the Knicks made a mistake passing on Dennis Smith Jr. in the draft. Of course, they took Frank Ntilikina out of France.
Yeah, a little shade thrown Ntilikina's way last season. Of course, he's one of the youngest players in that draft, and so plenty of time for this young man to fulfill his potential.
Got that one up quick. And it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
To the inside. Hardaway, no good.
And he's already patted himself on the back and forgot to put the ball there in the basket.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said, playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin will see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A. Hayward in, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor and looking for more.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Porzingis, here we go.
Can't leave anyone uncovered around Ntilikina. He is so adept at exploiting situations like that.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days. Chris, how much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, if former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, the first thing guys do after they get their water, they play one-on-one. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. We're all creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right to left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And yeah, you've been practicing against him. That's a good thing.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And the Knicks making a change here. Baker's checked in.
A moment here to see the stats for Porzingis. He's coming off an excellent season. He put up about 22 points a game last season, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And you look at his score, and he was #1 on the team last season.
His ability to play through contact, his exceptional concentration, that's what makes him a great finisher.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Free throw, good, Irving. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them.
And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
Here's Ntilikina. 14 points for him, and taken away by Brown. Here's Irving, and the slam dunk by Irving.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and it's been a team game, a number of contributions. Guys staying focused. That's why the league continues to grow.
Here's Cantor following the bucket by the Celtics. And that's going to be a travel. And we'll get a look here at where the shots have been coming from for him.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
A nice shot by Irving.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. Out to the right wing. Here's Porzingis. To halt the run, Cantor's shot is off.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own, I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 9 assists now tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
They get it again. Here's Porzingis. And another shot. The rebound by the Celtics. Hayward's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Irving drives in, lays it up off the glass. Irving's got 45 points.
That's the bulldog in Irving, getting inside, challenging the D, and coming away with the bucket.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
New York moving the ball around. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
Look at this. I like this. Team basketball, keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
Celtics leading by 21. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Ntilikina, covered by Irving. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Drops in the breakaway layup. Irving's got 47 points.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Here's Ntilikina, and it's blocked by Brown. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, I'll say this. Tatum gives you options in the open court because he can score from anywhere.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They double him with Irving. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Knox, he's checked in for New York. Burke comes in for Frank Ntilikina. A lot of personalities in this game, Chris. Such a big part of what makes the NBA so entertaining.
Oh, man, think about our boy Dre, and Draymond Green, for those of you that don't know Day, but Draymond Green, his personality is not only great for his team, but also for us fans when we see him on the court. How about Embiid, Mr. Personality on social media? You love it. And how about Jaylen Brown with his wise ways on the chessboard, the most interesting basketball player in the world. So all of these guys are exciting, fun personalities to watch for the game.
Burke banked in off the glass. Burke's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Howard down with both hands.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
Yeah, they've come out of the break with an eye toward efficiency. One of the advantage they hold in this game.
And Cantor throws it down.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Scooped up. Shots good by Baines.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Baker. Cantor kicks to Burke. On the wing, Hardaway. There's a screen by Cantor. To the middle. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Cantor's got 4 this quarter.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
Here's Hayward, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Hayward comes with the double team. Here's Knox, guarded by Horford. Baker with the bucket.
That's when a double team hurts a defense. I mean, when they're guarding a player smart enough to pass out of it and find the man left alone.
Irving can't get it to go. New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Hardaway. And no good that time. Hayward with some nice D. Here's Brown. Knicks with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Porzingis. David.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for New York gave us some information. He said he looked at the wrist, and fortunately, it looks like there's no significant damage. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on when David gives us updates on him.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
I mean, look, I was going to say you're attacking on both ends, quickly going from defense to offense.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Talk about a coach who gets the most out of his guys and what he has to work with. I mean, that's none other than Brad Stevens. I mean, he's done it for years. First in college, now on the greatest level.
Some changes for Boston. Morris is checked in for Hayward. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Rozier in for Kyrie Irving. And then for New York, Porzingis is checked in for Knox. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Ron Baker. And talking about Stevens, many people were shocked when he received 0 votes from his peers for Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, I think people just got used to his style. And it's not just the great scheme that he has. He does a fantastic, subtle job of motivating players and keeping everyone focused.
That's good from Rozier. And see, well, what a force Terry Rozier has become. Finally got that chance to play last year and made the most of it.
Well, look, we all knew he had the athleticism, but what we didn't know is how he react to a ton of minutes being played. And obviously, he stepped up. Players respect him. He's a guy you want on your side.
So he gets them both. Pro basketball is one of the few sports where awards are league-wide, C-Web, and not divided by conference. I wonder if the NBA should consider giving out separate awards, for the East and the West.
Kev, I don't know about Eastern and Western Conference, but I do believe that there should be an offensive MVP. I believe there should be a difference between MVP and maybe the best player in the league, because how do we define some of these things? So I do think we can tinker with some of the awards, but East and West, I'm not really sure with. I think it should always be about the best out of the total number of teams and conferences.
Good perspective. Morris with the bucket.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Burke kicks to Lee. And a miss there on the triple. Celtics leading by 23. Here's Smart. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
Yeah, Craig, I mean, we see why the score is what it is. They're not playing with enough intensity on D.
Now here's Porzingis. 32 points in the game. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got 12 points in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
1:49 left in the third quarter. Here's Smart. It's rebounded by New York. Now here's Burke. 6 points for him. Moutier, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's part of what makes him a great player. His effort level always stays high.
Here's Porzingis. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. That's good from Moutier on the assist by Porzingis. 8 points for Emmanuel Moutier.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage. Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, Greg, it's not just you. I mean, it's the stat line, too. Look at what he's doing. A dominant night on the glass.
Chalk up 2 there. 14 points for Enes Kanter.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Smart. Offline with his 3. Knicks trail by 21. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Burke, the pass to Moutier. And Moutier throws it down.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
Can you say poster? Those are some impressive ups. Way to go vertical.
To the middle. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 5th assist in this one.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Morris with the bucket.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
And so it's Boston with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, Moutier and Lee make up the backcourt. Inside, it's Porzingis and Kanter. And it's Hezonja in at the 3 spot. Knicks trail by 21. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Moutier. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
One shot.
Moutier, no good on the free throw. And Chris, a unique aspect of Horford's game, he's the rare big who can repeatedly initiate the offense.
Oh, yeah, he's a good ball handler, has great vision. You see him making the right decision time and time again. He's the consummate team player.
Here's Porzingis. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Chalk up 2 there.
I like Smart being aggressive right time, getting into the lane, using his power and speed to his advantage.
The Knicks shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. And a wide open look for Lee. The basket good off the assist from Moutier.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
Rozier for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Pass to Moutier. Lets it go from 14. And again, it's New York.
The assistant, Courtney Lee.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's Smart, and slam dunk by Smart.
The ability to play above the rim. Smart can definitely throw down.
Knicks trail by 20. Poke loose. Rozier the pass to Smart, and that one good. Smart's got 10 points here in the second half.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Now here's Smart. Buries it from three-point range. Smart's got 23.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
To the middle, here's Lee. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
It's just been one of those nights for him. He got into the floor of the game and has not lost his touch.
Hayward goes in, and he uses the glass on the layup. 26 points for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Moutier. Rozier to the thing. And it's sent back by Horford.
The way Horford positions himself as the shot goes up, I mean, his defensive instincts are just absolutely fantastic.
And Azania gets it to go.
That's the way to attack. Get it into the post or work.
Here's Rozier. Boom, he takes it straight down.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He's been a while up on that rim, didn't he? Zonia with the ball. Outside, Porzingis. A bit under 3.5 minutes of pass here in the fourth.
Strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
Can you say poster? Those are some impressive ups. Way to go vertical.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Cantor, the pass to Porzingis, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
And the basket by Rozier.
Oh, the assist by Smart, and I think his playmaking is coming along.
Knicks have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Moutier. Some incredible performance in recent years, C-Webb. Are there any NBA records you think that will be broken soon?
Well, let's see. Maybe Curry will break his record again for threes in the season.
Oh, yeah.
He beat himself. He's 1 and 2 in that. Maybe he'll be 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Or he and Klay Thompson. Maybe Klay Thompson will be 1, 2, 3, right? You know how that goes. How about Wilt's most consecutive triple-doubles at 9? That seems crazy. Curry's most threes in the game at 13. Shout out to Dennis Scott that was at 12, but sorry, D. Scott. Curry, he can shoot too. And how about the most points in the game by a team? 186. I would love to see that one broken. So
you'd love to play in that one.
I would love to play in that one. How many threes are going to be shot in that game?
Yeah.
But the great thing about it as a fan, I don't know which ones are going to be broken, but I'm watching because we want to see records get broken.
Now here's Lee following the miss by Al Horford. Inside, here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
You have to love the versatility of Lee's game. Not only a superb scorer, but a skilled passer as well.
They get the rebound, Hayward, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Hayward's got 4 this quarter.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Man, this is what happens when you get discouraged. Sometimes it just affects every part of your game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
New York shooting indicative of smooth offensive play, up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Hits it from three-point range.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
And it's Hazanya with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. C-Webb, when you look at how basketball is taught at early levels for these kids, middle school and then high school, anything there that you would change?
Yes, I would change to developing all players and taking away positions.
Interesting.
When you are young and you're in, let's say, 3rd grade and you're the tallest player on the team and I make you a center and I pull you to one end and I only show you how to make layups. I don't show you how to shoot threes or to dribble. I'm assuming that your body is always going to stay the same. And I believe that coaches should teach great skill set, shooting, passing, dribbling. And when you do that, a player can then become the full player they're intended to be instead of teaching incrementally where a player may get stuck and identified as this type of player his whole time. I think that really what you need to do is teach full skill sets and allow players to develop. Just think if someone would have said, Kevin Durant, you can only shoot layups. We wouldn't be able to see the true unicorn that he is.
Wonderful thought. Here's Porzingis. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. And Irving comes to help. And now, here's Hazonia. He's covered by Brown. Out to Hardaway. And stolen by Tatum.
That's what we call intelligent defense. Just put himself in a position to make a play on that kick out.
And this is something we saw in college. Tatum gets his hands on the ball, causing deflections and steals.
New York's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Ntilikina passes to Cantor. Down low, and stolen by Hayward. It's good. That's 36 points for Porzingis. C-Webb, a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in Game 1. And Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It could be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. We're going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more things.
Backcourt violation.
And hate to make a mistake there, have to stay focused.
You're so right. Trying to shrink the deficit, sometimes you push too hard to make something happen.
Here's Irving. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
You have to love it. There's no quit in this kid, Irving. When he gets hit, he sticks with his shot.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
One shot.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
Sinks the three-pointer. Irving's got 58.
And guys, once Irving finds that groove, it's really just fun to watch him go to work. Just no fear, will take any shot out there on the floor.
Now here's Burke. Here's Knox. Hardaway with a wide open look. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
But there you go, his first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down, maybe even get him going a little bit.
Irving. And another one falls. Amazing. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Burke kicks to Baker. Hardaway from outside. That doesn't go either for Hardaway. Boston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And the determination of Brown is phenomenal. No one is going to stop these shots from going down.
And Jaylen Brown was giving quite the compliment on his game from Draymond Green, who felt, Greg, that Brown was good enough to be an all-star.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be fully on board with that assessment in terms of last year, but I do think he's well on his way to becoming an all-star. His scoring and offensive impact continues to grow each year, and he's shown a great knack on the defensive side as well. Terrific two-way player. The sky is the limit.
Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big man. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing, and so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy, I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
But they get it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch. The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Boston.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And here are the Knicks now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Hardaway passes to Knox. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Here's Baker. And the 3 off target. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively. I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Garnett, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're leading by 33. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
No, well, they're not going to take any chances. I mean, they're going to play it out until the final whistle, no matter what the score is.
The presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Brown. Connects on the 9-footer.
Oh, you love the level of concentration Brown maintains. I mean, taking the hit well and finishing in style.
Now Burke. It's deflected. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kyrie, big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
Feels amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates that did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but 1 man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.